Hello, everyone. Have you ever wondered, like me, how do you determine between thoughts that are true and thoughts that are false? Let me give you, for instance, there's this thought that's been plaguing you, and you comment to somebody, I just can't get this thought out of my mind. Or maybe you're trapped in some kind of self-defeating behavior. Like, oh man, I know I don't need another piece of pie or a piece of pizza, but man, I just can't help myself. How do we get out of those patterns in our life? Romans chapter 7, verse 23, the Apostle Paul in that chapter, he's talking about how that he was plagued between these conflicting thoughts and natures. The flesh nature, our sinful nature versus the spirit nature, our saved nature. And he said, man, I battled between the two. And in verse 23, he said, there's this law in my nature, and it causes me to think about the wrong things. Yeah, we all struggle with that, but the key is not just coming to grips with the fact that we're struggling with it. What are we going to do about it so that we can think about the right things? Well, we have to come to the point where we realize not all things that I'm thinking are true. That thought that tells me, oh, I need to eat, I need to overeat, or I need to drive 90, even though the speed limit says 60. Not all those thoughts are true. And so we have to recognize what is true and what is false, and it's based upon God's word. And so in Romans chapter 8, verses 5, he says, man, when I think about what is wrong, those are the things I end up doing. But when I think about what is true, what God's word says, then how I live and what I do, it pleases the Spirit within me. So as we fill ourselves with the truth of God and use that as the test to determine that is true, then we will find ourselves doing things that are true rather than doing things that are false. And God's word will set us free from those wrong thoughts that plague us.